Frank Chamizo in that final. Italy against the USA. But preceding that, a nice little appetizer. Kazakhstan against Turkey. TANATAROV in the red and yellow singlet. GOR, he's the man in blue, but bronze at stake. Much more sedate pace than the previous.
Action blue.
And going to that kind of chest to chest, head to head, wrist to wrist. They're much better with contact. First passivity is offered against GOR of Turkey. First 40 seconds. We'll probably see a second call here in the next 25 seconds if no action has been done. It'll probably, if it stays where we're going, it'll probably be against TANATAROV because GOR already has one of the passivities. So usually they try to give both of them a passivity first. Right now he's saying action blue, so he might put GOR on the shot clock before he gives a passivity warning to TANATAROV.
TANATAROV trying to keep himself out of the wrath of the referee, putting on that pressure on GOR, and as you called it, Brian, the whistle's blown.
Activity time blue. Center.
So 30-second right now in the shot clock for GOR. Again, different schools of thoughts. We talk about them. Some athletes, especially the Japanese women, if they were on the shot clock, they were always attacking. Some wrestlers aren't going to put themselves in danger just because they're going to lose a point, but they're going to make sure it's the right shot.
Speaking of the shot, gets the leg.
Oh, beautiful inside little knee pull, inside reach by GOR. Limp knee, a little sprawl position. TANATAROV got cracked down to his bottom, but then was able to hip heist his hips up and face. So 1 point on the board. Excellent defense by TANATAROV to not give up points in that shot clock period.
He's got that lead, has the Kazakh, into the last 45. The referee having a look this time at TANATAROV. Has a little word with him, tell him to get on with things here. The little referee hand jive signals. Time to get it moving, time to get it going.
So 1-0, now 30 seconds left in the period. We won't see another activity time, but a beautiful shot by GOR, and now comes around for the two. I love that he went to transition right to a gut wrench. He changed his level, hit his attack with his head up, his hips underneath of him, and drove his feet for the finish. Really textbook finish by GOR on that takedown.
Yep, as you said, changed the level and changed the scores as well. Has the advantage into the last 10 seconds. TANATAROV well, had the advantage by that passivity. And he's not going to be able to find anything now. Clock ticks down. And it's as we were. GOR has the advantage. Well, I wonder how much of it is the previous match finishes so quickly. You're called out of the warm-up area, you're on straight away. Is that a factor, or are these guys so professional they're used to that?
I think they have to be planned for that. So their warm-up, their main warm-up was done an hour, 45 minutes to an hour before the round. So they took about a 3-hour break after the repechage finished. And then they got another hard warm-up, probably got almost a full match in after they got their bodies loose and got drilling. So really, there's enough time by the time they get pulled back into the area in the back to get out to the mats to get their minds right. I notice at the world level, you watch these athletes and you know, they want to be nice and loose up until the point they get to the mat, because if you get your mind working too much too early, you lose points and you lose energy before you need it the most in the 6 minutes on the mat.
As you say, that preparation key. Not too much overthinking, not too much scoring either. A tight one, this one. GOR has the 1 point lead. TANATAROV We haven't seen him as an attacking threat. Goes down, tries to change the level. Doesn't do much with the scoreboard though. Good defense from GOR.
Nice head snap by TANATAROV, but GOR was able just to keep his head and body into him, was able to close the gap and not allow him to pull his hands to the mat. Nice straight attack by GOR, but TANATAROV does a masterful job of getting to a wrist and an elbow, controlling a 2-on-1, so he couldn't have two hands on his legs.
Speaking of 2-on-1, that is the score. A couple of minutes left. Can the Kazakh find an answer here? He's faked to change the level a couple of times, hasn't been able to find a way through. The referee's having a look at both of them, telling them to get on with this one. Bronze medal at stake. Do you stick or twist? TANATAROV, he has to try and do something. Still time, minute and a half to go. Well, more Greco than freestyle at the moment, locked up in the middle.
Ear-to-ear tie, and again, when you get your head buried in the shoulder, it's really difficult to take off on an attack. You need a level change, you need a little bit of space to get into your opponent's hips or into their legs. And right now, both of their backsides are back.
Well, they're giving the referee a chance to have an impact on this one here into the last minute. Could passivity change the momentum here? Neither really doing much. Obviously physically they are, but in terms of action and trying to score. How long before the ref steps in? Not much on the clock though, 40 to go.
Nice head smash by TANATAROV, and then goes for the attack. Right now, again, that last 30 seconds, he's going to pick up his pace to a full-blown sprint.
He's going to have to, because the clock is ticking. Time is against TANATAROV. The tenacity of the Kazakh, though, really battling. Can he find a way through? GOR scrambling and avoiding. Last 10.
Even with all of that pressure, though, TANATAROV never really made a full attack. He was just slapping the head and trying to push him backwards, a lot of times hoping that the referee will call a caution in 2. But with 9 seconds to go, you know, GOR is going to need to do something so that he doesn't give up the caution in 2.
Does he give up a push-out point there, a step out, or just the 2 for the push-out?
They gave 2 for TANATAROV as he pushed him out of bounds and went behind. So 1 second to go. They do have a challenge brick in my eyes. That was just a step out. There was never control. He pushed him out and he was face-to-face, chest to neck. He never came behind him. Caution in 2 maybe, but 2 points, in my opinion, I don't see it.
So if it is just a step out, if this does change, it brings the score back to...
It'll be tied 2-2, however, because GOR had a takedown for 2 points.
But if the video replay is unsuccessful, does he lose the point for that as well?
He does.
So this is a big call. World Championship bronze medal game changer here.
But right now it's
3-2.
3-2.
Video replay challenge has been played. Well, let's wait and see.
4-2.
Yep, of course, 4-2. A little bit of amateur dramatics here from both coaches trying to influence the decision. Well, this one decides it. The 2 points confirmed, and indeed the unsuccessful 1-pointer for the video replay. Well, TANATAROV, the tenacity, finds a way in the last second, and there is still a second to go. Well, GOR gives it up, and you've got to give it up there. Azurek, TANATAROV doesn't look too happy, does he?
I think he looks confused. I think in my opinion, I could never make that call. GOR was on the defense, he backed off. He didn't flee the hold, but he was down on his knees.